Ten Hag has made its decision after the Sevilla match. Manchester United were eliminated from the Europa League after a shocking defeat against Sevilla. While many players could not show the performance they wanted in the match, Harry Maguire and De Gea made many mistakes in the goals we conceded. Ten Hag has announced that it is preparing to take radical decisions after this defeat. Speaking to the press, Ten Hag said, "We played very badly against Sevilla and I take responsibility for it. However, some players also need to tidy themselves up. It is a great honor to play for this club and you have to do it justice. If they can't do that, they'd better go elsewhere," he said. Among the players that Ten Hag has sacked are said to include captain Harry Maguire, goalkeeper David De Gea and Martial. Harry Maguire wanted to leave the club as he had not been able to play regularly for a long time. Manchester United management will not stand in the way of this decision and will allow him to leave the team. There is no plan to extend the contract with De Gea. Due to the constant injury of Martial, a striker will be transferred instead. So, what is your opinion on this matter? Do you find Ten Hag's decision appropriate? Paul Scholes slams Jadon Sancho and David De Gea as Manchester United crash out of Europa League. Paul Scholes slammed Jadon Sancho for not being ready for Manchester United's Europa League clash against Sevilla and criticized David De Gea for his role in the shock defeat. Speaking in the first half, Manchester United legend Scholes lamented the team's poor start against Sevilla and said many players, including Sancho, did not seem ready for the match. Speaking to BT Sport, Scholes said, "There was not a single player on the team that I liked. We were very bad, especially De Gea. De Gea throws the ball at Harry Maguire even though there are 3 players around. Deliberate mistakes, this performance did not suit him." Manchester United, who won the League Cup earlier in the season, will need to recover quickly as they face informed Brighton in the semi-finals of the FA Cup on Sunday. Erik ten Hag responds to question over David De Gea's role at Manchester United. Erik ten Hag highlighted David De Gea's clean sheet record in the Premier League amid mounting scrutiny over his role at Manchester United. De Gea was culpable for all 3 of Sevilla's goals, particularly the third when he rushed out of his area and miscontrolled an aerial ball that was swept in by Youssef En-Nesyri. United are in discussions with De Gea about a new contract that the 32-year-old is expected to sign. United have not triggered the 1-year extension in De Gea's existing deal as it would result in a significant salary hike with the club likely to qualify for the Champions League. "He's the one with the most clean sheets in the Premier League, that shows he's a very capable goalkeeper," Ten Hag said when pressed on De Gea's position. De Gea's contract expires at the end of the season and there is no deal so far. So what is your opinion on this matter? Should De Gea's contract be extended? Anthony Martial may now have played his last ever game for Manchester United. Anthony Martial was substituted for Manchester United after just 52 minutes in the defeat to Sevilla with another injury. Since making his comeback as a substitute against Everton, Anthony Martial lasted just 3 more games. With the Red Devils trailing to Sevilla, it was no surprise to see the Frenchman hobble off. His body can't hold up, and nor does he possess the mental toughness to play through the pain. Getting injured in Sevilla is nothing new for Martial. He spent half of his loan spell here in the treatment room too. It was 1 year ago this week that Paul Pogba limped off in Manchester United's defeat to Liverpool. That was the end of his Manchester United career. It is highly possible we do not see Anthony Martial again this season. Each injury this season has taken him several weeks to recover from. Even as a backup to a new striker, Martial simply cannot be relied upon. His fitness record is awful, failing to complete 90 minutes since 2021. When he was on the pitch last night, he was totally ineffective. United spent £58 million to sign Martial with add-ons, The Athletic reported, and he has proven too unreliable to be of use for Erik ten Hag. The Mail reported Anthony Martial was on the list of players Erik ten Hag intends to sell this summer. His recent return from injury provided what could have been one last run to try and change his mind. There's surely no chance now if his latest injury keeps him out to the end of the season. There is a strong chance this is the last we have seen of Anthony Martial in a Manchester United shirt. Gary Neville defended Harry Maguire after Manchester United's loss to Sevilla. Former Manchester United defender Gary Neville has defended Harry Maguire after his error led to Sevilla's opening goal. Erik ten Hag's men made a dreadful start as they fell behind after just 8 minutes. David De Gea played a risky pass to Maguire on the edge of the penalty area, which was pounced upon by Sevilla players. On the back of the mistake, Maguire was slammed by fans. However, Neville was quick to defend the United captain. He tweeted, "Maguire will get battered, but that pass from De Gea I wouldn't like." Whilst former United Academy player Robbie Savage also sided with Maguire. Speaking on BT Sport, Savage said, "United trying to play out from the back, the pass from David De Gea, there's 3 white shirts around Harry Maguire, just look, he's in the middle of the triangle, I'm not sure he wants the ball there." Atlanta received letter of interest from Manchester United for 8-goal forward. Manchester United have submitted a letter of interest to Atlanta for Denmark international Rasmus HOJLUND. According to Danish outlet BT, the Serie A giants have put in place this mechanism to inform them of any potential changes in the future of the striker. To that end, the Red Devils have registered their admiration for the 20-year-old. In the upcoming transfer window, the Old Trafford side will look to bolster their attack, with Tottenham Hotspur's Harry Kane at the top of their list. However, HOJLUND is also on the Manchester-based club's radar. But United are expected to face immense competition in the pursuit of the Denmark international. Premier League rivals Arsenal and Chelsea, as well as Spanish giants Barcelona and Real Madrid, have their eyes on the youngster. The 20-year-old signed for Atlanta in the summer of 2022. Since then, the striker has broken onto the scene in fine fashion for the Bergamo-based clubs as well as his national side. The Holland international has left a lot to be desired in front of goal for the Red Devils. However, the gaffer has had no choice but to play the 30-year-old due to the unreliability of the former Monaco star. Manchester United more determined to sign Victor Osimhen ahead of Chelsea. Manchester United are more determined to sign Napoli striker Victor Osimhen ahead of Chelsea, Gazzetta dello Sport claim. The Nigeria international has been in sparkling form for Napoli this term. He has netted 26 goals and provided another 5 assists from just 31 appearances. Osimhen is clearly enjoying the best phase of his playing career, and he recently acknowledged that he dreams of playing in the Premier League in future. Osimhen has the physical attributes to succeed in the Premier League, but the big question is whether Ten Hag gives the green light for a summer deal.